Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NXT The Game Season 3, Episode 11. This is NXT The Game Season three's NXT Takeover Shine. We have a pre-show match tonight, but other than that, let's get straight into the action. Alright, and in the opening match, in an extremely short match, the Young Bucks defeat the Hype Bros in 3.5 minutes when Matt Jackson defeats Mojo Rawley by pinfall with a more bang for your buck. The Hype Bros get the loss. The Young Bucks of the Balor Club finally get back on track tonight, and they are celebrating like it's nobody's business after the victory. We're going to go straight into the start of the show. The camera rolls and shows Renee Young and Corey Graves welcoming the fans to the NXT show. So we had to change some gimmicks up because they just been getting absolutely brutally killed on their personalities and gimmicks. But anyways, welcome to the show, guys. This is going to be a fun NXT Takeover special, I believe. And in the opening match, about that featured great action, but only average heat. Johnny Gargano defeats Rich Swann and Tyler Breeze in 10 minutes when Johnny Gargano defeats Rich Swann by a pinfall with a surprise roll-up. Johnny Gargano has not pinned the champion, but in the rules of a triple threat, wins the NXT Light Heavyweight Championship and Johnny Wrestling. Johnny Gargano, been around since the first ever edition of NXT Season 1, Episode 1, gets the victory here tonight over Rich Swann and Tyler Breeze and tastes NXT Gold for the first time. So Gargano with a victory over Breeze and Swann. Johnny Gargano getting the pinfall over Rich Swann, not Tyler Breeze, who was the champion. Right now, we fade backstage as we find Doc Gallows and the Young Bucks and Matt and Nick Jackson talking about the Young Bucks' victory over the Hype Bros in the pre-show. Finn Balor has been watching the entire conversation. Finn Balor, proud are ya, says Finn Balor. Proud of winning a damn match against the Hype Bros. They haven't been on television in months and you lost them in twice, says Finn Balor. The fans boo. Go on then, go on. Talk about how hype you are. Finn Balor walks away, still clearly frustrated about his Balor Club's recent unsuccess and being left off for NXT TakeOver Shine completely. So I'm gonna write this down. The Bucks need changes. All right. Well, the Young Bucks need character changes, but whatever. We'll see what happens. All right. Now, up next, and about that featured great action and average heat. Charlotte and Becky Lynch draw in 10 minutes following a double countout. Charlotte and Becky Lynch both fight all around the outside, all around the railings. Bayley, the NXT Women's Champion, was on commentary for this one. This was the #1 contendership for the NXT Women's Championship, but we got a draw here in 10 minutes because of a double countout between Charlotte and Becky Lynch. So I'm going to continue this program, obviously, the Bayley program with Charlotte and Becky Lynch, and just the women's division I'm really kind of revamping at the start of Season 2. All right, we now see a video putting over American Alpha's tag team title reign, this being their 10th title defense. Can they be the first duo, the first person, whatever, as to reach 10 title defenses here in NXT? We see their journey and how the duo has really become. American Alpha will put those championships on the line against Mexico's finest, coming up Electroshock and Argenis, the AAA's World Heavyweight and World Cruiserweight champions. And the match has been good action, but not in the much way. American Alpha defeat AAA's team in 8 minutes when Gable defeats Electroshock by pinfall with the Alpha. American Alpha makes title defense number 9, not 10, 9, which still beats Zack Ryder's 8 title defenses when he was the NXT television champion. American Alpha makes another big American Alpha gets another big victory here tonight. They're really running out of tag teams to challenge for their championship. So spoiler alert, that may be getting shaken up as well coming up soon. All right, now we see Elite. A theme hits, and as American Alpha, Chad Gable, and Jason Jordan have just hit the top of the ramp and have successfully defending their NXT Tag Team Championships again. Kenny Omega, one of the 16 men who were part of the NXT Global Cruiserweight Classic, appears on the top of the ramp with a microphone in his hand and begins to speak. Kenny Omega, when I agreed to put my Japanese commitments on hold to partake in this Global Cruiserweight series, it was my understanding that Kenny Omega would also be given a chance on NXT television, a full-range tryout of sorts. Omega makes his way into the ring, but that hasn't seemed to happen yet, so consider Takeover Shine officially hijacked. The fans boo as Omega looks around. Oh, shut up. All of a sudden, a very poppy, very techno-sounding theme begins to play. Kenny Omega just looks around and around as the music continues to blare. The fans are now on their feet looking around. What in the world could be going on right now? No way, Jose! No way, Jose! The fans are on their feet cheering. Corey Graves, we've heard this was going to happen soon, a debut of sorts, and it appeared tonight. No way, Jose! No way, Jose begins to make his way down to the ramp, shaking his hips, and he slides into the ring, gets into the ring, semi-dancing around Kenny Omega. No way is on. Well, Poppy, per Mr. Regal, since you're dressed to wrestle and I'm dressed to wrestle, we're going to wrestle. No way looks around. Right now! Kenny Omega just looks at No Way Jose, who's making a mockery of him in the middle of the ring, and Omega just continues to chomp on his gum. A referee runs down and slides into the ring, ringing the bell as No Way Jose panders to the fans. No Way Jose smiles and is charged by Kenny Omega, but No Way Jose dodges Omega, who flies out of the ring, and the fans are cheering and chanting on No Way Jose as he's dancing. Kenny Omega tosses his hands up in disgust as the referee starts to count him outside of the ring. In an extremely short match, No Way Jose defeats Kenny Omega in 47 seconds via countout. After the match, No Way Jose just dances around as Kenny Omega walks back up the ramp after getting himself intentionally counted out and disqualified. William Regal isn't going to be happy with Kenny Omega, who was trying to get onto the NXT television. You know, as he mentioned, he wanted to be on NXT television. William Regal gives him a chance against No Way Jose, who I'm sure Kenny Omega did not want to face tonight. The fans are really behind No Way Jose and absolutely love him. Kenny Omega gets himself intentionally counted out, not wanting... I mean, it's a loss, but he wanted absolutely nothing to do with No Way Jose tonight. He didn't want to wrestle tonight. Looks like Kenny Omega was all talk. But anyways, Kenny Omega won't be staying around forever, but you know, he was under a contracted for the Cruiserweight tournament, and we're going to play with him for a little bit. See what we can do and possibly put over a No Jose. Alright, next we see a video hyping the Samoa Joe and Manifest Destiny's Kevin Owens feud and then breaking down the feud to date. We are about to get the first time meeting between the two in NXT and keeping them apart for 3 seasons. I'm really anxious to see what my rating is here. Fingers crossed. Not fantastic. Not bad, but not great. And about that featured great action and average heat. Kevin Owens defeats Samoa Joe in 19 minutes when Samoa Joe was disqualified when Aiden English, and by Aiden English we mean Charlotte, ran in and attacked Kevin Owens. During the match we also had Charlotte distract Joe, so I accidentally forgot to change the note. That's probably why the low rating. That's unfortunate. Either way... I don't usually mess up, as you guys can attribute to, but I'm not going to go back and rerun it. I'm just going to go with it. Aiden English randomly runs in. Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens look at him and throw his ass out of the ring. Kevin Owens yells, "What are you doing here?" Aiden English looks extremely confused, walks back confused, and just leaves. He'll be fined. He was drunk, actually, so he'll be fined. During the match, we also had Charlotte run in and distract Joe, so I probably accidentally clicked that note twice. That's what I wanted to have happen. Charlotte distracts Samoa Joe. Kevin Owens hits the package pile driver, gets the victory here tonight, here at NXT TakeOver Shine. So this program will be definitely continuing. I'll tell you guys that right now, because I'm going to do the next TakeOver special pretty soon, because after that we have our bigger pay-per-view coming up. So, sorry everyone. Kevin Owens with the victory here. Oh, shut up, Kevin Nash, you and your beautiful hair. And about that featured great action, but not in much way of heat. Mr. WWE defeats La Sombra in 15 minutes when Mr. WWE beat up La Sombra so badly that the referee had to stop the match. And that is unfortunate for La Sombra because that means he will be unmasking. After the match is over, Mr. WWE is smiling and raising his eyes high into the sky as Mrs. WWE slides into the ring and hugs him, and they both walk over a fallen La Sombra. La Sombra slowly crawls over and puts his head down, slowly undoing the laces of his mask. Mr. WWE, laughing, walks over before he even finishes and rips the mask square off the head of La Sombra, clutching it in his head to a sea of booze. The mask is fully off. La Sombra leans up and shows his face to the fans, which are cheering, giving him the admiration he deserves for actually taking off his mask after losing a match with a stipulation of mask versus mask. Mr. and WWE now are getting pissed at this, and Mrs. WWE runs forward and gives La Sombra a shining wizard square into the jaw, knocking him out cold. Mrs. WWE leans in and gives Mr. WWE a huge kiss, and the two start making out, rated R superstar style, walking back up the ramp with the mask in their hands to a sea of booze. La Sombra has been unmasked. So, that sucks for La Sombra. We see Bayley backstage talking now to Candice LeRae. Candice, what did Regal say, she asked Bayley, that he's not sure what he's going to do. They got themselves counted out, but as of right now, there is no new number one contender to my championship. Candice LeRae smirking, I wouldn't mind a shot at that, Bayley, she says, tapping her belt. Bayley smiles, any place, babe. Any place, any day, you got it. Bayley and Candice LeRae half hug. Candice LeRae, seriously? Bayley, why not, says Bayley. You've earned it. Hell, I'm always open for competition. Let's go talk to Regal. Let's get a match between you and me on the main event of the upcoming NXT. As Bayley turns to hug Candice, Nia Jax comes out of nowhere, dropping both Candice and Bayley. Nia Jax, if anyone's getting a shot at your championship, it's me. Nia stands above them as we fade out. So Nia Jax again taking out Bayley and Candice, asserting her dominance. A video now hypes the Enzo Amore and the Miz feud, with the Miz scoring the pinfall in a recent 6-man tag team match against Enzo Amore's team, as well as defeating Enzo in the second episode of NXT for Season 3. It also airs the back and forth, the jumping for the Miz from behind as recently as 2 weeks ago. Enzo and the Miz coming up next. And then about that featured great action ever. See, Enzo Amore defeats The Miz in 1940 by submission. Enzo Amore gets the victory here over The Miz out of nowhere with a submission. A new submission, which I forgot to type in the name, but a new submission for Enzo Amore. He defeats The Miz, and the feud will continue because I want to continue this program. I'm really liking it, and it's actually my highest rated program ever. So we're going to continue the Enzo Amore and The Miz storyline, get them on some more mic work, and see what happens. But Enzo Amore with a victory here over The Miz. Now James Storm is shown sitting backstage getting ready for the main event. We're also seeing Sami Zayn is shown walking down a backstage hallway on his way to the ring because the main event's next. Sami Zayn, James Storm. James Storm never got his championship rematch after losing his championship in Season 1 to Sami Zayn. He won a Battle Royal and he gets it tonight because he's taking on Sami Zayn coming up next. A video hyping the Sami Zayn putting his NXT championship on the line of James Storm airs. That was the pre-card hype, and here we go. Here is the main event. And about that featured great action and average heat, Sami Zayn defeats James Storm in 13 minutes with a springboard tornado DDT. Sami Zayn makes defense number 1 of his NXT championship, and Sami Zayn defeats James Storm, retaining tonight. After the match, Sami Zayn and James Storm give each other a handshake in the middle of the ring. Like bros, like good buddies, like good pals, but Sami Zayn gets the victory tonight over James Storm. There is no post-match shenanigans. There is no big angle at the end of the show tonight, folks. It's just a nice, clean face versus face main event where competition matters. Let's see what my rating is. I'm not even wanting to look. Okay, well, 63, increased in 39 regions. That's fine. This was NXT TakeOver Shine. We'll be back in a couple days with the next NXT Wrestling installment. Thank you, everybody, for watching NXT Tonight, pay-per-views, NXT TakeOver Shine, and I will see you guys in a couple days.